Hello and welcome to Tuesdays with Adam. This week's topic is therapy, specifically LGBT therapy and the importance of it and what to look for in an LGBT-friendly therapist. And this week our featured organization is Creative Insights, with their information right here. They're a great organization, a counseling practice, and we got to speak with the therapist who is responsible for Creative Insights, and she is just wonderful. She had some really great insights about LGBT-friendly counseling, and she was just a joy to speak with. And so if you are in the area where they're located, I definitely encourage you to go check them out. I think I've said this before when we've had similar topics, but I am a huge proponent of therapy. Not just for LGBT issues, but just for everyday life. Like, I've been seeing therapists and counselors on a fairly regular basis since high school. Not because I always had problems or always had issues that I was working through, just because it's a healthy thing to talk about your life and the things that you're dealing with and have someone there to sort of bounce these ideas off. It was a healthy outlet for me and something that I really cherish. When I first came out, I was seeing my therapist probably once a week, sometimes twice a week, because it was a very stressful time in my life and I needed that extra support. And now things have sort of slowed down in my transition. Things are less scary, less stressful, and so I maybe see him once a month or so. Just to sort of check in with him and check in with myself and take some time to notice things that I've been feeling and doing, acknowledge those things, and move on from them. I had a really easy time finding my therapist. He was recommended to me by my friend who is trans, and he's just been wonderful. Can't say enough good things about him. I've never had an experience with a counselor who is not LGBT friendly, although when I first was starting to question my gender identity and had come out to maybe one person, I was seeing a counselor through my school who was LGBT friendly but didn't know anything about the trans community, and so he was asking me a lot of questions. And I was like, I don't know the answers, dude. I'm just trying to figure this out for myself. And so in that case, he did what I think was the right thing and recommended that I see someone who specializes in issues of gender identity, because he knew that he couldn't help me as much as he needed to. That being said, there are counselors out there who are not LGBT friendly and who actually try to convert people to be straight or cis, because that can totally happen. I guess you can tell that I do not think very highly of these practices, and I do not agree with them at all. I think they are very hurtful and can do a lot of damage. And I do not recommend seeing anyone who thinks that they can make you something else. That's not what therapy is about. Therapy is not about changing you. Therapy is not about the counselor changing you. Therapy is about discovering yourself. You change as a person through therapy, but you're not on any sort of agenda. You shouldn't be on anyone else's agenda when you go to counseling. It should be a time of discovering yourself and becoming more you and becoming comfortable with yourself. It shouldn't be about changing you. So if anyone is in a situation where they are seeing a counselor who is not LGBT friendly, don't be afraid to tell them that you think that this is not a good fit for you and you'd like to see someone else. I know this can be especially hard for younger people whose parents are making them go to counselors who are not LGBT friendly. And in that case, I would seek help from your school if you have support there, a school guidance counselor, through the administration there, anyone who you know is LGBT friendly, and let them know what you're going through and see if they have any resources for you. Because no one should have to go through any sort of conversion therapy. I think it's terrible and just nightmarish. I can't imagine what that must be like, to be told that you are wrong and that you need to change. I will see you next Tuesday, and have a lovely day. This week's topic is for all of you lovely people who want to support the LGBTQ community, but who maybe want to do that in a quieter, less outspoken way. And I'm going to give you some tips about how you can do that.